Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you an update review on a fragrance from the house of Fragrance World. It is called King of Diamonds. Now, this one has been a little bit of a weird one to wear, and I'll get into it. What is good, YouTube? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mikey Cologne, and thank you very much for tuning in today. I won't take up too much of your time. I know everybody is busy, so I'm going to get to it. Today, this is an update review on the King of Diamonds from the house of Fragrance World. This is an inspired by or a clone of a fragrance called Narcosis from a brand called Virtus. I've never tried that fragrance, so I can't tell you how close this is to the OG, the original, so to speak. All I can do is talk about the King of Diamonds. But before I do get going, if you do enjoy my content, hit that subscribe button. Always press the bell because it will notify you when I drop a review at a later date. Plus, I have a code for you lot, and I don't make no money out of this code. They don't pay me to promote the code, or anytime someone uses it, I don't get any commission. No, this code is for you lot to save yourself some money. If you're interested in any fragrances from the house of Unique Luxury, it is a niche fragrance house. Go over to their website. Once you've put whatever you want in the cart, put in Mikey-Kute23, and that will give you 15% off of your order. The code is there for you if you want to use it, and if you don't, you don't. It's as simple as that. It will save you 15% on your purchase, no matter what it is on that website. Right, let's get going with King of Diamonds. I'll show you the presentation. This is 100ml. It is at the parfum concentration. The cap is metal on the outside, thin metal, and then you've got a big plastic insert in the middle. Atomizer, not bad, gets the job done. I do like this, but there's something that bugs me about this, and we'll get into it. You got mandarin, rhubarb, coffee, cardamom, amber, ginger, mango, ambergris, peach, and vetiver. Straight away, you get this juicy orange. Brings in a fresh quality and a little bit of a citrusy touch. Now with this, you've got the mango, plus you get the coffee and the rhubarb. Now, this is what bugs me about this fragrance a little bit. The coffee don't really give off a coffee aroma. What it does is, it sort of adds a little bit of a bitter touch to the fragrance up top. Plus that blending in with the rhubarb. Yes, the rhubarb is helping out on the fruity side, but the coffee mixed in with the rhubarb does give this a dry, bitter touch up top, and that does fade out over the course of 4 to 5 minutes, but it's present. You can notice it. Now, as this settles in, and I mean literally after 2 minutes, the peach comes through, and sometimes when I've worn this, the peach has been the dominant note. Then another time that I wore this, I got the mango full throttle, then the peach come in, but the peach was sitting behind the mango. And then another time I wore this, the mango come in first, and then the peach overshadowed the mango. And that is how it stayed all the way through the life of the fragrance. You do get woodsy touches with this from the vetiver. The vetiver here is clean. Literally, it just brings in a little bit of a woodsy undertone. This fragrance is all about fruits. You do get some soft spice, you have the ginger in there, plus rhubarb and coffee can give off a little bit of a spicy nuance as well. So there is some spice lingering in the fragrance, but the fragrance is linear. The only thing really that changes, or when it does change, is from the opening to about 5 minutes. Then after that, I wouldn't say it sits flat, but it doesn't change. And the only thing that does change is that in the end, the peach does become the dominant player on my skin in the dry down, and the woods or the woodsy side of this turns up a little bit. This even goes a little bit musky on my skin, not in the opening, but from mid to dry down, it definitely has a musky side to it. And the ambergris, I don't really get the ambergris. I don't really get the amber. I do think that amber and maybe the ambergris do supply some warmth in the base of this fragrance, because as it does settle, the citrusy top dissipates, that fresh side, and then it just gains a little bit of warmth. The fragrance has a little bit of a creamy quality to it, and that is King of Diamonds in a nutshell. To me, I enjoy the fragrance, but that bitter quality up top, like when you get like a bitter quality or a rindy quality from a grapefruit, I don't mind that. But the bitter quality in this, the way it comes across, because it comes across a little bit dry, and that's fighting against that juicy orange up top. I just think there's a bit of contrast there, if I'm saying the right word, that it just not puts me off, it just bugs me a little bit, the opening does. But apart from that, I do enjoy the fragrance. To me, because it's got the fruity side, it leans more on the unisex side, but then you've got the vetiver, and then you've got the coffee and the rhubarb. So I would say unisex, leaning a little bit feminine in my own personal opinion. Now, the longevity of this fragrance. At first, it sits heavy, dense and thick on the skin. It leaves a little bit of an oil trace, so you can see the fragrance where it's sitting on the skin. But once it gets to about the 4-hour mark, it starts dying very quickly. And I mean very quickly. Like, I would say this is a solid projecting for the first 45 minutes to an hour and 10 minutes. Like, it pushes nicely. It gives you a nice scent bubble. And as another couple of hours go by, it starts to rain in, but you still catch little whiffs of it. And by the 4-hour mark, it has been a skin scent on me. So it's below moderate in the performance side of things. Where to wear this now? I think it would be too much on a super hot day. When it's hot and sticky outside and you're a little bit sweaty and maybe clammy and you're a little bit agitated and you're wearing this, I think the mango, the peach, the rhubarb, I think all that might become a little bit cloying, might become a little bit too much. So I think spring, early summer would be a perfect time to wear King of Diamonds. And that is it. That is my full review of this fragrance. I like the overall scent profile. I'm just not a lover of the opening, but once it gets past a few minutes, I enjoy the fragrance. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you have tried this fragrance. What do you think about it? I believe someone commented the other day and said that they've tried the Jacka Clubs from this line and they said it is worth checking out. The thing is, they've said that. I'm not going to go on the internet and look up the notes. No. If I do purchase it, it will be a straight up blind buy. I will literally just find it, put it in the cart, pay for it, boom, wait for it to turn up, and then do first impressions on that as well. But I'd love to hear your thoughts if you've tried any from this lineup. I appreciate everybody's support, and remember, smelling good's always a pleasure and never a chore. And I will see you lot on the next one. Cheers.